Lead out. Bro, snap. I thought he was passing right there, bro.
Blocked? Oh my
Nice. You
gosh.
saved my life.
Well-timed tackle.
Read that one, sonny boy. Holy dime. No way. Bang it.
Mm,
Oh, I've never seen them do that.
best play I've ever seen in my life.
That's the best thing. Yeah, it's the best thing I've ever seen them do. Yeah, stay with that runner.
Room to roam on the wing,
I'm trailing.
but they
Oh.
I'm already getting record tackles right now.
Well, the fans believe there's hope here. Can the
Now they're
players
desperate.
respond now?
Here comes the 3 balls.
Clobber's injured.
Oh, it was absolute.
Oh, it's like we both hit it. How's it going, everyone? This is Lesky. I hope y'all are all having a good day. And in this video, we're going to be showing you guys this CDM build. Basically, it's an updated version because I had a few of you guys, I think 1 or 2 of you guys, request that you see an updated version with max skill points for this Beast CDM build. So I thought I'd post a quick video for you guys. It's not going to be as long as all the other videos because I want to try and get to all the other requests that I have for the pro player builds, and I can also do more updated builds for my builds that I posted earlier in the year. So let's get started with this Beast CDM build and talk about the height and the weight. We have the exact same height and weight as the original video. It is 6'4", 119 pounds. The majority of this build is going to be the exact same, just the added skill points from going from level 24 to 25, which I believe is like 10 or 11 skill points. I'm not too sure about that. So the height, we're 6'4". It's a good height for a Beast CDM build. Gets us an increase in strength when you go up in height, and it also just makes you win your aerial duels more, and you can just bully people around the field because of that added strength. So 6'4" is a good height. You could also go taller if you want. The only real difference is you're going to lose a bit of pace, but I think you'll gain a bit more physicals. Not much of a difference, to be honest. But you can make this build 6'7", just the pace will go down a little bit. So I think 6'4" is a pretty good balance for this Beast CDM build. And then the weight, we went for 119 pounds. You could also go to like 99 pounds. It doesn't really matter. I just think 119 pounds looks a little bit more realistic. It's not going to change your stats, even though 119 pounds for a 6'4" player isn't very realistic anyways. But the thing is, with the weight as a tall CDM, it's pretty weird. When you go over 119, if you look at our pace right now, it's 87. But when I switch it to 121, the pace goes down 7 to 80. Like when you're a tall CDM and you go over 119 pounds, the pace drop is very substantial, and there's no point of going over 119 pounds. Because of that, you're going to be very slow in the field compared to all the pacey builds on the other team. So 119 pounds is the key for this BCDM build, and you can kind of tweak the height if you want. I wouldn't go under 6'4", because 6'2" will get you like under 80 strength on the skill tree, I believe. But once we move on to the perk page right here, these are the exact same perks that we used on the original video. The physical strength, even though we have 80 strength on the skill tree, which isn't that high, but that's the max we can get as a 6'4", 119 pound CDM. The physical strength will boost our strength even more, so that's very nice. It'll increase the ball control and our jumping more when jostling, shielding, or heading the ball. So the physical strength perk is very clutch just for pretty much any build, honestly. It's one of my favorite perks on the game, if not my favorite perk. But especially as a CDM build, we're going to be controlling the midfield and bullying people and playing a lot of defense. The physical strength will go into play a lot. And I actually wasn't using this build in the CDM position. I was using it as a center back. So if y'all are interested in if this build would be good at center back, it is very good. Also, I don't know if it would be better than an actual center back position though. But I was just using this as center back because my other teammate was center back, and we were just letting the AIs go ham on offense, similar to my other center back builds that I have posted. We were doing that same strat and winning Division 1 titles while doing that. So it's very clutch. I think we went 8-0, won the Division 1 title with me using this CDM build at center back, and then my other teammate was using his center back build. So it can be used at center back, but it also just kind of helped me get some defensive clips, and that's kind of what we're focusing on with this build anyways, the physical ability and the defensive ability for this CDM build. And then for the next 2 perks, we went for the 2 passing perks, which is what I had exactly on the original video, the precision pass and threaded pass. And the good thing about these two perks is, yeah, they increase your passing ability on pretty much every single pass you make except for crosses, since we don't have the crossing perk, but they also give you the 5-star weak foot. Since we have a 3-star weak foot on this build, we couldn't go for an upgrade for a 4-star. Every single pass you make is going to be a 5-star weak foot, which is very clutch, and you're not going to be going up on offense very much anyways, or shooting, so you don't really have to worry about not having like a 4 or 5-star weak foot, because you shouldn't be going up too much with this build anyways. This build is mostly focused on being like a stay back CDM and anchor in the midfield for your team and try and prevent the counter. So the precision pass and threaded pass will increase your passing ability a lot for this build. And I was actually using this lockdown perk for the majority of the time because we were playing with AI up top and they don't really run in behind, so there's no point in rocking the threaded pass and trying to through ball them in behind because they don't really make runs in behind very often. So I was using the lockdown perk, which helps boost your defensive attributes after your team scores, and it's actually pretty good if your team scores a lot of goals. But I would definitely suggest rocking all of these perks: the physical strength, precision pass, and threaded pass, and there's really no point of substituting them if you're going to be using this build as a CDM. You could go ball winner, but once you go to the defensive page, you'll see why. Our defensive attributes are already very good, and there's really no reason for ball winner. So now let's head on over to the skill tree. Starting with the physical page, this is where we have a lot of our skill points. I think this is exactly the same look that we had on the original video, so nothing's different here on this page. But we got the bull archetype and the acrobat archetype. The bull archetype will get us to that 80 strength mark, and remember we have the physical strength perk on, so it'll boost our strength and jumping even more than it's actually showing right here. And it gets us to 87 aggression, which is pretty good. And then the acrobat will get us increase in stamina and jumping, 82 jumping and 83 stamina. So you don't really have to worry too much about your stamina, only if like you're going up and trying to help on offense a lot, which again, you shouldn't really be doing that with this build. So stamina shouldn't be a problem for the most part. And then we have 89 reactions, which is pretty solid too for this CDM build. Now let's move on to the defensive page where we have a lot of our skill points, and actually majority of our skill points, I'd say. And we have everything on this page except for this interceptions at the bottom left and the second section of this one right here, which would be +4 slide tackling. So we have the Guardian archetype. You're basically going to go all the way down. I'll reset this. You're basically going to go all the way down to the Guardian archetype like this, and then you're just going to get all this stuff right here and just leave off this bottom left one. So it'll give us 93 interceptions, 93 defensive awareness, 90 stand tackling, and 85 slide tackling. This is almost identical to the center back build I just posted in my most recent video, almost the exact same defensive attributes. So you're basically, even though this is a CDM build, but with this Guardian archetype and all this other stuff, we basically have these same exact defensive attributes as that center back build that I posted, which is absolutely locked down like this one. And yeah, that's it for the defensive page. Just make sure you get all this stuff and leave off these two right here. Moving on to dribbling, where we only have a few skill points. This is we had some extra skill points to work with. I don't believe we had this on the original video, or maybe we had one of these. I'm not too sure, but we didn't have all this for sure. So on this left side, this is just a good value. +2 balance for 1 skill point. Might as well do that if you have some extra skill points to work with. Same thing for this one, +2 ball control for 1 skill point. And then this one is similar also, +2 agility for 1 skill point, and then +3 dribbling, because the dribbling to start out with is pretty poor. This will get us at least to 75 dribbling, and it's only 2 skill points also for +3. And that'll be the dribbling page. There's really nothing to shout about here on the dribbling page. Couldn't go for the Lynx archetype with the defensive and physical attributes and all the skill points that we used on those pages. There's just not enough skill points to go around to upgrade the dribbling ability. But again, this isn't what we're focusing on for this CDM build. You shouldn't be dribbling around too much. If you like to dribble and you want to use a build that dribbles a lot, I wouldn't use a CDM build, and especially not this one. I would use a center mid or a cam build if you want to be in the midfield and dribble and play make and stuff like that. But once we go to the passive page, you can actually play make with this build, even though the dribbling isn't fantastic. We only have 3 things on this page, but it's pretty good upgrades. This one is +2 short pass for 1 skill point, and I don't believe on the original video that we had anything on the passing page at all. So this is an increase to the passing ability, kind of one of the upgrades that we did with the extra skill points. Long passing, +4 long pass for 2 skill points, and then this one is +3 for 2 skill points for short passing. So that'll get us to 88 long pass and 88 short pass with 78 vision. We couldn't afford to upgrade the vision anymore. But the threaded pass, the through ball perk actually upgrades your vision, and both of those perks just increase your long passing and short passing, which is very nice. So the passing ability is actually better than it says here, even though the stats actually look pretty decent for this CDM build. And that's the pass page. Onto shooting, where we don't have anything on this page. Like I mentioned, we only have a 3-star weak foot. We couldn't go for the 4-star weak foot, but it's fine because those passing perks give us 5-star weak foot anyways. So the shooting stats are basically just the default shooting stats for a CDM build of our height and weight. I think I actually scored like 1 goal with this build, and funny enough, it was with the weak foot, and it was a decent finish, to be honest. And then I had like another shot, I think like I hit off the keeper's fingers and hit off the post, which would have been pretty sick too. But yeah, nothing much here on the shooting page to talk about because we don't have anything. So on to the last page, which is pace. And I believe this is the exact same as the original video. We have the full pace upgrade, 90 acceleration and 86 sprint speed. If you want to like move some skill points elsewhere and not have the full pace, I would suggest just taking off the acceleration and go an 87 acceleration and 86 sprint speed like this. But you might as well get the max pace. It's pretty good value. 3 skill points for plus 3 acceleration. And you're pretty quick and you can keep up with mostly all the pace of people. And I was using this as a center back, and a lot of times they were trying to hit the balls over the top. With the 86 sprint speed, it's not the best, but I really didn't have any problems with it. And most of the times you'll just be able to body them and push them and make them stumble and slow them down just because of the strength and the body type and all that good stuff. So that's going to do it for this BCDM build with the updated skill points. It's a shorter video than compared to my other ones, but again, it's just because it's an updated video where I'm showing you guys the version with max skill points, and I also kind of want to get onto some other builds, so I didn't take too much time on this with gameplay and all that stuff. And the main things that we added compared to the original video is the passing with the extra skill points, and mostly just the dribbling, I believe. And I really think that's pretty much it, because I think this is a total of, how much skill points is this? 10, and I think they gave me 10 or 11 when I went to level 25, not too sure. So that's basically the difference, not much. It would have been cool to get the Lynx Archetype, but with those 10 skill points, it still wouldn't be able to get the Lynx Archetype. We'd have to take some more stuff off. But that's going to do it for this Beast CDM build, guys. And if y'all are looking for like a pro player build, like what this would be close to, I would say it's like more like Patrick Vieira. I think that's what I had in the thumbnail for my original video. I think Patrick Vieira is 6'4", and he's a CDM mostly. And he's got really good strength, and his passing ability is not the best, but it's pro clubs, and having good passing as a midfielder is definitely helpful. So I would say this is most similar to like a Patrick Vieira CDM build. So yeah, that's going to do it. Please hit that like button on this video for me. Hit that subscribe button on my channel, trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.